Hello, ladies and gentlemen, to the first episode of the Stardew Scatterbrain, where I, Rocket Blast 1, you also may know as Jacob, or now also known as the Stardew Scatterbrain, will be talking about just life or different topics while Stardew Valley plays in the background. I gotta say, I love this game. I've gotten back into it, and boy, am I hooked. It's just the fishing. Oh, I can't get enough of the fishing. The fishing mini games just always rock, and this one does it near damn perfectly. Along with the farming, tending to my crops, tending to my animals, crafting, and mining, and just hack and slash all those slimes. You get it. If you haven't played Stardew Valley, what are you doing? Check it out. I say that like it's some unknown game. Everyone knows this game. It's great. Point being, today's topic is quite, I was going to say light, not really light, just an easy one, because I have them all written down in a book. My inspirational quote book, I suggest everyone keeps one of these if you're ever thinking, wow, I need to remember that what that man, woman, or something just said, because it sounded inspirational. Baby, you keep it, you write it down. So, starting with the first one. What's the point of life without dancing? That is quoted from Frenchie from the show The Boys. So if you don't know, The Boys is one of Amazon Prime's hit shows, I will say. You know, superhero, very graphic, not for the faint of heart, I will say. If you're into superhero stuff and like the grittiness of it, I do so hardly recommendly, wow. Hard hardly recommend The Boys on Amazon Prime. Point being, Frenchie, the French character. I won't say too much for the people. Point being, he's a character I really enjoy, and hearing him say, "What's the point of life without dancing?" as he's in not such a great part of his life in the show while he says this, just awoken something in me. Like, that's a good point. What's to me, this quote means, what's the point of living life if you don't enjoy it? Sure, there's going to be jobs and all that you're not going to enjoy. I'm going into college. I did not enjoy, the entirety of high school. I did enjoy parts of high school, not the entirety of it. The point being, you can't have life always just be a job. You have to work fun into it somehow, some way, or else what's the point of living it? And Frenchie does this with dancing. Your dancing could be anything. Your dancing could be literally dancing. Your dancing could be this, like a passion project I'm doing right now. It could be video games, it could be music, it could be art, it could be writing, it could be something you enjoy. Don't let your whole life be a big chore. There will be obstacles, and there will be jobs, and there will be chores, but don't let the whole thing be one big burden. Ladies and gents, that's quote number one. Going on to quote number two. From a personal friend of mine, I won't, say his name out loud, but just know it's a deep friend of mine. Family isn't blood, it's who's got your back. Wow. What a what a small yet powerful quote. Family isn't blood, it's who's got your back for the people in the back. That to me is there's always this, nurture versus nature. Who is more important to you, your friends or your family? It's all such a big debate. And I still can't decide, really. I think it's kind of maybe more of a 50-50 split depending on the day, personally, but everyone has their own opinions. But let's digest this. Family isn't blood, it's who's got your back. Your family, they always gotta say, oh, that's your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your mom, your dad, you gotta love them. Now that's up for debate. But blood, what is blood really? Blood is got who's got your back? That quote makes me look like, might open my third eye and realize, damn, there is a lot of people in life who do have my back. There's a lot of friends who I will consider family. So, it makes you question, which part of your family would you consider your friends? But also turn it around, which members of your friends would you consider your family? Now, this could be just a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, but if you just give me a chance, ladies and gents, and just think about it. think about it. Just in reality, stand back and think and really appreciate who you have, because not everyone has a lot of people, and you don't need a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. You do not need a lot of people to have your back. As long as there are some people who have your back and you know you can count on them, maybe you're the person that other people can count on, which is even greater. Then I think you're doing something right, ladies and gentlemen. And on to quote number 3 from someone a bit more popular, Charles Xavier, also known as Professor X. Just because someone stumbles, loses their way, does not mean they're lost forever. This quote is from the second X-Men movie, Days of Future Past, which I gotta say, I will just do my take real quick, is probably my favorite X-Men movie, because it's the one that follows Wolverine. I love Wolverine. Hugh Jackman, great actor. This is future Professor Xavier talking to, I think it was younger Xavier or Wolverine himself. I think it was younger. Yeah, future Xavier talking to younger Xavier. It makes sense if you watch the movie. Definitely would recommend watching them all in a row. Okay, so once again, just because someone stumbles, loses their way, does not mean they're lost forever. Let's think about that, ladies and gents. Someone stumbles, loses their way. Maybe this could be a multitude of different things. Stumbling and losing your way, just, like, example, your personal example. I didn't run today. I try to run every other day. And today was my running day. I did not run today, ladies and gentlemen. And this is because I had to work on things. You know, I'm doing this even instead of running. I was helping family and friends today with gardening. And that I was like, I cannot run today, and I'm going to leave that up to me. That is my choice. I'm not going to run today. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be running. It could be anything. It could be, I didn't want to lift today. Oh, I didn't work on this today. This or that. Just something in your life that you're like, I needed to do that, but you did not. But hey, that is okay, because just because you lost your way does not mean you're lost forever. Simply, you stumbled. You know, you fall. People fall to get back up. People don't fall and stay there. People fall, they get on their hands and knees, and then eventually on their feet, and they keep on going. They keep on pushing. And if as long as you keep on pushing, you do not stumble whatsoever. Well, you stumbled. You did not lose your way. Sorry, let me rephrase that, ladies and gentlemen. You stumbled. Stumbling is A-okay, but you did not lose your way. And I think that is a very powerful statement from a very powerful fictional character that I tend to love. Let me just side tangent. I love the X-Men. Great series, great movie, great media. Either way, that brings us on to our fourth quote, which is from probably the most famous person on this list. President John F. Kennedy. Do not pray for easy lives, my friends. Pray to be stronger men. Now, obviously, you don't need to be a man. It could be a girl. It could be non-binary. Identify as anything you want. But let's digest this again. Do not pray for easy lives, my friends. Pray to be stronger men. Basically, this is don't take the easy way. The easy way is never the best way. If you want something in life, it's not going to come easy. You need to grab it, and you need to take it, and you need to work on it. Nothing comes easy. Money isn't free. However you want to word it. If you want something in life, you need to work towards it. And I think he words that beautifully. Politics aside, John F. Kennedy, one of the most influential presidents, I'd say, like, in history, along with, like, I'm thinking, like, powerful presidential speakers. I'm thinking Abe Lincoln, I think of John F. Kennedy, thinking Ronald Reagan, Obama, whatever speaker you can think about. He is one of the best speakers. That voice, that iconic voice. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, do not pray for easy lives, my friends. Pray to be stronger men. Don't take the easy way, take the hard way, and really get what you need. Now that leads on to our next quote, which is from a good old movie called Tombstone. You may have heard of it. Would recommend it. Great if you like westerns. There's no such thing as normal life, Wyatt. There's life, and you get on with it. Doc Holliday. Main character in it. One of the main characters. Great character, Doc Holliday is. Okay. There's no such thing as normal life, Wyatt. That's one of the other characters. There's life, and you get on with it. Now, we can think about this in a more modern stance as what we see on social media. We see people on social media like, oh, their life, they're out doing things. Oh, they're out having fun with their friends. What am I doing? I'm rotting in my bed. And I hate that. But if you really think, social media isn't real, ladies and gentlemen. People are only showing you what they want you to see. No one has the perfect family. No one has the perfect vacation. No one has the perfect pets or lifestyle or makeup routine. No one looks like that 24/7. They're just letting you have a glimpse into what they want you to see, and that's okay. But just make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you really, really understand that. But there's life, and you get on with it. Everyone lives. Everyone, everyone who is born, short or long, has a life, and how you get on with it depicts your whole future. And that's what really matters, is how you go about it. Not how other people go about it, how you go about it. You know, when you say, oh, but my friends do it at school, and your parents are probably like, oh, I don't care, blah, 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 jumped off a bridge, would you? You know, that classic saying. The thing is, who cares what other people are doing? You're the main character of your story, as stupid as cringy that might sound. You work on you. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to one of the more recent quotes from the BoJack Horseman show. You might know it. It's on Netflix. Great show. It's kind of like this. It gets a little deep. This is one of the characters talking to BoJack. It gets easier. Every day you do it, it gets easier. But you have to do it every day. That's the hard part. This kind of relates back to the Charles Xavier quote, just because someone stumbles, loses their way, does not mean they're lost forever. As in, you got to keep on doing it. Is what you're doing hard? Maybe a little bit. But what is always going to be the harder part, ladies and gentlemen, is sticking to a routine. Doing it over and over and over again. As long as you keep doing that, you get a better mindset. It becomes easier every time you do it. But if you slip up for a time, is it going to be harder the next time? Maybe a little bit. But as we learned before, just because we stumbled doesn't mean we can get back onto the track. We keep going and going and going. It gets easier and easier. And that's just how life works. That's how anything works. But you stick to it and you put your mind to it. And ladies and gentlemen, you can accomplish anything, damn it. As cringy and cheesy that as it might sound, you stick to it. And then the final, oh, don't mind my notification on my phone if you just heard that. The final quote that I found on Instagram from a Pibble account. It's like account like with funny little dogs and inspirational quotes, but I found this really inspirational, really. And ladies and gentlemen, it's the chains that hold you aren't made of steel, they're made of doubt. Quoted Pibble. So, let's digest that again. The chains that hold you aren't made of steel, they're made of doubt. This is obviously all metaphorical. There is obviously never going to be chains made of steel holding you down, hopefully. They're made of doubt. They're made of doubt, ladies and gentlemen. The doubt that you have that you can't do something, that is what is holding you back. Nothing physically, hopefully. I mean, there might be something physically, but in reality, something that holds everyone back is doubt. That is something everyone struggles with. Doubt that you can't do something. And doubt, like I said, is a universal problem. It's how we deal with doubt. It's we have to fight it. We just have to fight our own doubt and just go on. I'm sorry. This is kind of hard to express. So, when I think of doubt, it's just you can't do something. You can't. It's just telling you over and over. You can't, you can't, you can't. Ladies and gentlemen, you can. You can, you can, you can. It's fear. It's fear that is taking over your mind. Good song by Kendrick Lamar, by the way. Fear. Haven't listened to it. It's off. Damn. Great. Fear is holding you back, ladies and gentlemen. And we got to grab fear and we have to strangle it and overtake it. Accomplish your dreams. Don't let doubt into your mind. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our Stardew. I'm trying to. Oh, I forgot the name. Hold on. Stardew Scatterbrain. Perfect. That's why I forgot it. I'm the Stardew Scatterbrain. That concludes episode 1 of Stardew Scatterbrain. Those are my inspirational quotes. If you guys have any inspirational quotes, leave a comment down below. Once again, I recommend getting an inspirational quote book. You never know when you're about to hear something mind-blowing and life-changing. People can be really inspirational. Look at it every once in a while when you really need to. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that. This might become a series, this might not. Hopefully it does. I'll catch you all later, ladies and gentlemen. See ya.